Look at this fucking bullshit. This is some fucking, and I really hate to make this comparison, but this is some fucking World War II Nazi Germany bullshit that they're pulling on this shit. Your content was removed due to a violation of our community guidelines. So, I look at what the fuck it was. Policy, violent criminal organizations. This is a channel that I throw old music videos up from my VCR or rare deleted clips, shit like that. Stuff that's rare, stuff that's deleted, stuff I found off my VCR or videos that I made. This is what they consider violent criminal organizations. Jump Steady, who is the brother of Violent J from Insane Clown Posse, made an album in the year 2002. This is nearly 20 years ago when I'm 40 years old. When I was about 20 years old on my fucking Windows XP or whatever the fuck I was using at the time, I made a music video for this song in the year 2002. All right? I uploaded it in 2014. Okay? All this time has passed. Over 6 years has passed since I posted this video, and now I'm getting a community strike because of violent criminal organizations. Because of a music band. So then you click on violent criminal organizations and it's like, well, what the fuck is that? This is their explanation.
True or false? Posting a video that depicts the insignia, logos, or symbols of violent criminal or terrorist organizations in order to encourage others to join the group could result in your channel receiving a strike or being terminated. The answer is true.
That is fucking insane that juggalos are still being labeled as these criminal organizations. What the fuck? This is to say a little bit of my background history. I didn't work for Psychopathic. I worked with Psychopathic Records for 7 years. I did concerts with them. I was an opener for them. And when I was younger, before that, when I was around 20, I was a fan of their music. And then I ended up working with them. So, before that, I made a unofficial music video, they used to be called back in the day. And I posted it in 2014 because I found it on my hard drive. And I found it pretty cool. I had something saved from that long ago. This is a band I've been listening to since I was 14 years old. I'm 40 years old now. It's just a fucking band. You know what I mean? I don't wear the fucking clothes. I don't do all that. But to say that it's a violent criminal organization? Did you see the fucking Juggalo protest? Nothing happened. There was no looting. How come there's all this Antifa and Black Lives Matter bullshit burning everything down, burning down City Hall and all this other bullshit. All that shit gets flagged. I mean, all that shit is fine, but you post a fucking music video related to Insane Clown Posse and it's a fucking violent criminal organization. I'm trying to get you to join a fucking, a violent... it is so fucking retarded how the mainstream media and the big machine and all this shit wants to take them down because they were able to do things independently. And now more and more people can do that. But at the time when they did it, it was kind of like a fuck you. And then, big tech and all this other shit, they're just like, you can't say fuck you to us. You need us. You know what I mean? And now they found a way to to do streaming and all that shit and merge with these independent people. But still, ICP, they're Insane Clown Posse, they're always going to be tainted with that thing where big corporations are never going to forget that. You know what I mean? So, and this has gone all the way down to the fucking FBI gang list. Like, how do you, if I'm 40 years old, how could I predict that how could I predict any of this was going to happen when I was 14 years old? The first time I got a ICP record, I was chilling with these suburban type kids, right? We were all smoking weed and drinking. I was like 14 years old, right? And they brought in this Insane Clown Posse CD called Riddle Box. And it was so fucking funny, and so I didn't realize it back then, but I had a thing, it's called hypothetical humor, where you kind of imagine these fake scenarios and make jokes out of it, right? That's hypothetical humor. And I found that on this CD, every song was like hypothetical humor. It was entertaining. Each song was a story. So I became a fan of their music, and then Malenko came out and all that other stuff, and it was like every CD was entertaining. You know what I mean? It was a story within each song, and you sat there and listened, and it was like, wow, this is movies for the blind, pretty much. So when I was 14 years old, and these suburban kids, brought this CD over and was like, hey, you gotta listen to this shit, it's fucking hilarious. And I was like, holy shit. And then I took that CD, and I used to go to my dad's house on the weekend. I lived in the city in the ghetto, but my dad, after he had divorced my mom, he lived out in the sticks, out in the woods, and in the like rural areas, in the country area, kind of. He had like an acre of land, all that other shit. So it was completely a different lifestyle out there. I had a stepbrother, and I went to a party with him and his friends one day, and it was totally different than the city. It was basically like, they fucking light a fire, and you chill outside around the fucking fire, and you could talk shit to each other and joke and shit like that. I took this CD to that party and got all them hip to that music at the time, to Riddle Box. How was I supposed to know at 14 that, over 20 years later, everything that was all fine for 20 years, and now all of a sudden this is a violent criminal organization because you're a fan of music? How is this any different than any other music you listen to? Kiss fans, they're all into the makeup and shit. You know what I mean? They don't really wear it to the, anybody that was into heavy metal, they all bought a fucking heavy metal shirt at one time. You know what I mean? You ever been to a Metallica concert? The entire crowd sings the songs. Like, Metallica could just show up and play the music and not even have to sing. The whole crowd would sing it for them. You know what I mean? That's a Metallica concert. You're gonna tell me, it's so fucking retarded. It's so retarded that anything related to ICP is a violent criminal organization policy strike. This is fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Look, and this is my new house. These are just like some of my memorabilia from shows that I did. My entire house is filled with stuff like this. It's all autographed stuff that, this is from all the shows I did with Bone Thugs and Harmony. You're going to tell me that's, have you ever been to a Bone show? Everybody there is wearing Bone merchandise. How's that any different? You going to say Bone's a fucking criminal organization now? Because they have Mo Thugs? You know what I mean? Here's my contract right there for when I did a show at Crazy Bone. There's the fucking ticket stub. I saved all that shit. There's a show I did with Critical Bill, Primer 55, Head PE, Firestorm Pro Wrestling with Ray Rowe, who's now in WWE. You're gonna tell me Firestorm Pro Wrestling? That was ICP was there, and that's when Ray Rowe was with Firestorm Pro, and he went off to WWE. So you're gonna say Ray Rowe from WWE is gang related? You know what I'm saying? Because he wrestled, and ICP were wrestlers? Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck type of shit is that? Fucking crazy nonsense. Fucking nonsense, the shit that they're pulling now. This world is so fucked.